this is Abraham Grades. You're welcome to this platform. In this platform, you'll learn tips that will help you connect the dots, the destiny dot, and the dots to help you have a change of story. These tips has the proclivity to move you into action. You will have to do something. At the end of this video, you will have to take a step and do something. It is working. Now, click on the subscribe button and follow me everywhere you can find for more inspiration and more information. Today, I'll be talking about two things that can turn your life around. Two major things that you do and it will turn your life around. And I can guarantee you, no matter where you're watching me from, no matter what your situation is, you can use these two tools to turn your life around, guaranteed. It's going to turn your life around, either you're young or you are old. The younger you are, the better opportunity you have to start life from today. The number one thing that will turn your life around is the books you read. And I don't mean your educational textbooks. I mean inspirational books. In the category of book writing or at the libraries, or if you check online, you're looking at a motivational book or inspirational books. And I found this out at a very early age in life, that the books has the proclivity to cause, something huge in your life. This is because facts are hidden in books. Truths are also hidden in books. There are many books that if you find the necessary energy, the life of a person, the experience of a person, the wealth of a person can be written in the book. And let me say this to you, every book you encounter is a code that you discover. Every book you encounter is a code that you discover. Now, life is a code in itself. Like I often say, life is a puzzle. And a lot of times, some people have unpuzzled a sector or a section of your life that you're trying to uncode. By reading from them, you just find experiences. Now, there are different categories of books that will inspire you a lot. One, you can categorize them. There are books on success. There are books on leadership. There are books on inspiration. There are self-development books generally. And the best way to go about it is to find out, first of all, what is it that you want? What is it that you need? I stumbled into reading in my high school days. And this is how it came about. I realized a lot of my friends were reading, romance fictional books. And it became an in thing. It's like if you are, one of the top students and you don't have a novel that you are reading in school, it's like you are not intelligent. And I picked the first, the second of those romantic book, and fictional books. And for me, the way they always ended seems to be like I'm too intelligent to be fooled. I know that these things are not real, even though I was in my teenage. I just felt, you know what? I want something more. I want something that can inspire me. I desire more from life. The fictional books were fantastic, usually from European and American writers. But what I did was stunning. One of my friends got a part-time job. She was in high school with me, but she got a part-time job in a bookstore. And when she's leaving school, she'll go home and then she will go to our office or our job, and she will invite me because that's not far from my home. Either she gets to work before I leave school. Sometimes I have extra curricular activity in school, but also my home at the time was not far from both the school and where she worked. And I got into the store and I began to see every other kind of, they only sell motivational books. And I began to see all kinds of books, sector, leadership, biography and stuff. And I picked this book, Hunger for Significance. Hunger for Significance. One of the best books I have ever written. I don't remember because that was in the early 90s. But I picked the book and I read it through. It was about as voluminous as the fictional books that my friends were reading. And I realized that I got into it. This book was telling me how to be ambitious, how to be hungry to be, notable, to be someone of importance. At that age, I chose that path. And I began to read more books on success, more books. And by the time I would graduate from high school, I've read tens of books on success. Read several books. I was holding, clubs of my own, running, programs around the country where I live. And before I knew it, I was out of the books. Those are the books that propelled me to dream, to desire, to want to leave my continent, Africa. That is how, as a teenager, I left Africa. I just became too loaded to be where I was. And these books have taken me from stage to stage. Every area of your deficiency, you can find an area of strength in a book that can help you. And there are other areas. What you are not becoming right now is probably something you are not informed about. You find people who have done what you ought to do, or who have traveled the road you need to travel, and they're showing you how to do it. There is a spirit that comes from books, and I can't describe it to you, but I hope you can feel it. Even as I share with you right now, there is a spirit that comes from book, and this spirit just ignites hope in you. Sometimes it motivates you, it propels you. Sometimes you'll be reading some motivational books or self-help books. There will be a smile in your spirit. There will be a smile on your face. Sometimes you can actually drop the book and put your hand on your head and say, wow, I found it. You just know what to do. Sometimes you pick up a book and you're starting a company. Sometimes you pick up a book. I remember when I read the biography of Benjamin Franklin. I read Benjamin Franklin. Less than 4 days, I'd incorporated a company. I started a publishing company. That was in 2009 or so. By 2010, my publishing company has started, a publishing book. By now, we have celebrated this year, 11th year of my publishing company. But that was birth when I read the story or the biography of Benjamin Franklin. And there are so many other things. There are sometimes that I will read a book and guess what? I'm buying a ticket, I'm traveling as far as America or wherever it is to meet the author. And I've been lucky in life that sometimes I've been able to read a book, meet the author, become a protege to them or friend to them, and do what they do and become what they've become. So you want to really get into the habit of reading books. Now, we live in a time and age where people are distracted. I call it the weapon of mass distraction. You've got the Facebook, you've got the Twitter, you've got Instagram, you've got TikTok, you've got all the social media platforms, and everyone is scrolling. But if you can still discipline yourself, you will have a fantastic life. Number 2 is the people you move with. You can actually consciously change your level in life by looking at your circle. The 5 closest people to you, if you pick up your phone now, if I pick up this phone and I look at the last 5 people that I spoke to or that I'm speaking to regularly in a week, that will give me a clue of what my life will be in the next 5 years. Yes, I mean it. Pick up your bill and find out the top 5 people that you're spending the highest amount of hour with. I did that once in my life, and where I was able to do a ratio, pick up my bill, and I was able to see who are the people that I'm talking to regularly. Now, someone will say to me, but I need to talk to my staff, or I need to talk to my colleagues, but I'm saying to you, if you're conscious about it, you realize that the 5 people that you are speaking to the most, the 5 people that are closest to you will always determine what you will become in the next 5 years. So what I did is I consciously put it in categories. Spiritually, I always want to have somebody that he can always lift me, can always uplift me. Don't rely on just friendship. He said, we've been friends for 30 years, we've been friends for 10 years. No, that's not how to run your life. If you need the category of people you don't have, and that is what your life requires to move to the next level, you've got to consciously write it down, name those people, and go after them and have them in your life, have them on your book. Let them know that you're consciously looking for a relationship with them. At a point in my life, I realized that, okay, I'm doing well, I'm doing this, but I realized that I was at a level, and I said, this level of people, actually, I said I want to have 5 billionaires as my friends. I want to have 5 people who are billionaires as my friends. So I list the name of some, And, to a large extent, I achieved that. At least 2 or 3 of them, we are very close. We're like brothers. Everything that is mine is theirs. Everything that is theirs is mine in terms of physical possession. I can pick up any of their car. One of them, I was in a city recently, all the cars he has in his house, including Bentley, he just showed me where the key is and said, instead of waiting for a driver, since you can drive in the city, pick up a car that you want to use. And I asked the driver, I said, where's the key to the Bentley? But I end up using the Range Rover. But yes, I can afford some of those cars myself, or I drive some of those cars myself. But the point here is, I was even able to come to a level where I can afford some of these things, because when I was at the level that I can't, I consciously develop relationship with people that can. And here is the thing. When you maintain those relationships, you're not looking for what to get from them. You look for what to offer that relationship. So you either make them to know that I want to serve you, or I'm here to solve a problem for you, or sir, I want to learn from you, but here is what I got in exchange. You always, for those who are higher than you, they're too busy, but always spot what the problem is in their life. I once had the privilege of being close to a vice president of a country. And yes, but at the time that this person was contesting to be a vice president, I saw an area of his life or some information that he would need, and I would get this information and supply it to him. I would get this information, and I got to a point whereby we would talk on the phone. I would do some research for him when he was on the campaign. And guess what? When he became a vice president, I was able to be invited to be there with him, celebrate with him, even eat with him, and I still have that access to him. But beyond that, I listed the number of things. I saw that, okay, there's a situation that he needed to sort out for a member of his family. I said, this man is busy. I'm going to go ahead, find those who can solve this. And I was, doing all that I can. I was even paying my own ticket to travel between countries, to try what I can do in that area. Today, I have people who are maybe governors, or maybe who are president or CEOs of big companies as friends. But I never, ever approach any of those relationships for anything I can get. And I often say to people, the moment you start asking those people for help, you will lose value in their face. Look for what to offer. When you have what you can offer them, and it's an area of vacuum in their life, you will notice that they will embrace you. You become a friend. Some of them actually, we cannot go a week without them calling me. They cannot. Some of them, you say, great, can you, I'm trying to do this. Can you actually, and we're gone. Some of them will actually leave the country where they are just to come and spend time with me and my family. You say, great, you know what, I'm booking a ticket. Let's just say, we haven't seen it for a while. And then we just spend time together. But that's how it works. Don't cheapen yourself by going to look for people that you want, only for you to look for what you can collect from them. Always look for what to offer. If I may add this to it, books and relationship are not the only way that you can make the most of your life or achieve the best in life. They're just 2 superb points or tips that I can give to you. And if you take action right now on them, not long from now, you'll be writing me and tell me the results. You will always remember that Abraham Gray shared these tips with you. It is working.